started to believe and grow up.
He's a rookie. Looking to knock the ball away, and that's a violation on Paul.
Picture this. You're a senior at Georgia Tech, and you're also the heartbeat to the basketball team. You put it all on the line every single game. But there was just one problem. You're barely 6 foot tall. If you would have told me a year ago that Jose would be in the first round of the NBA playoffs, that being a defensive stopper on one of the best point guards we've ever seen in the NBA, I probably would have laughed at you and thought you was crazy. This is the Jose Alvarado story. Jose Alvarado was born on April 12, 1998 in Brooklyn, New York. As a kid, Alvarado would play football, but due to him having a neck injury, he would then quit. Jose would even train to be a boxer. Due to him and his dad's love for the game, Jose even explained saying, "We bought pads, we bought gloves, we bought everything." But Jose would later find his love for the game of basketball. And by high school, he would forego going to the Christ of the King Regional High School in Middle Village, Queens, New York City. This is the same high school that WNBA player Sue Bird attended, and retired NBA player Lamar Odom. Jose would then grind his way to averaging 17 points and 6 assists per contest. And as a junior, he was named the Catholic High School Athletic Association Player of the Year. But Jose Alvarado would go on to do something that had never been done. And this is where he recorded a quadruple double, having 18 points, 10 rebounds, 10 assists, and 10 steals. And from the eye test, you could just tell that he had that New York grit and grind in him. And he did not stop there. He would go on to earn offers from schools like Dayton, Seton Hall, Rutgers, and Georgia Tech, and would lead Christ the King to the quarterfinals. And the momentum he had coming his way would continue to grow, as by senior year, he upped his average to 18 points a game. And by the end of the season, this would allow him to be named the Times-Lager Player of the Year. 3-star recruit would then sign the letter of intent to play basketball at Georgia Tech. He knew that the coaching staff had faith in him. They loved the leadership that he showed in high school. People would wonder, would he even be good enough? It's safe to say that he was being slept on. I mean, ESPN had him ranked as the 33rd best point guard in his class. But Jose's game continued to develop as he was given the keys to be the starting point guard as a freshman. I mean, think about it. A lot of 4 and 5 stars come to college and don't even start right away. That just showed you how much trust the coach had in him. But for his freshman season, he averaged 12 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, and 2 steals. But during his freshman season, Jose ended up dislocating his elbow. And during the time he missed, he had tough times, dealing with the fact that this was the very first time he got injured and his parents were miles and miles away. He hated therapy. It would find himself complaining to the trainers as he didn't see progress in his arm at first. But Jose would get uplifted and encouraged by his teammates. And Jose's dad reminded him saying, "Where we come from, we're built for this." Around this time, Jose's grandma was fighting for her life every single day of cancer. His grandma had a big impact on his love for the game. His grandma would then pass away in 2016, and this triggered Jose to go even harder. So by the end of his sophomore year, he would turn it up a couple notches by averaging 18.3 points a game and being named the ACC Defensive Player of the Year. He accomplished this success on and off the court as he welcomed his first child with girlfriend in 2020. Jose described being a father and a student athlete a roller coaster, as it was sometimes hard to balance. But the effort and hard work he put in would soon pay off, while him and his team won the ACC championship.
This is why I worked my butt off. A lot of people doubted me. I wasn't even supposed to be in the ACC, and he took a chance on me.
By the end of Jose's senior year, he would go on to average 15 points, 4 assists, and 2 steals a game. He would go on to place 3rd on Georgia Tech's all-time career list of steals with 226. Jose would then enter the 2021 NBA draft, but he would keep his eligibility open. But Jose would actually go undrafted. But he would find his way in the Summer League for the New Orleans Pelicans. But scouts would then notice that he would be a very good piece on the defensive end. Earlier on, he would struggle, but when the Pelicans G League team signed him to a 2-way contract, Jose then started averaging 20 points a game with 7 assists, and would also average 4 steals a game, while his play would spark the attention of head coach Willie Green, which gave Jose the opportunity to play up with the Pelicans. As Jose was then brought up from the G League, he would average 8 points, 4 assists, with 2 steals. And by the time the playoffs came around, his 2-way contract would turn into a 4-year, $6.5 million contract. And Alvarado stated he was truly blessed. And right around this time, Jose would make a name and become known for his hide and seek strategy, where he would hide in the corner. And with that, he was granted the name Grand Theft Alvarado. He would enter the first round of the playoffs with the Pelicans with the heart of a lion, where he was doing every and anything he could do to possibly help his team win. But as he tried to trick Chris Paul with this in the corner strategy, it didn't work at first. But as time went on, he would get under Chris Paul's skin, making Chris Paul do things we have never seen ever. I'm talking turnover after turnover, deflections left and right, just making it tough for him. Everywhere he went on the court, Alvarado was right there on him. He played such an impact on Chris Paul's game that Chris Paul had no choice but to acknowledge him. The Suns went on to win the series 4-2, but the hard work that Jose put into this NBA series has allowed him no other to become a household name. But from being counted out into earning multiple D1 scholarships to becoming injured in college and struggling with rehab, to the urge to keep going and to go undrafted. But not only that, he knew he had to be different and stand out. And the fact that he had the mindset, knowing that he wasn't the fastest, that he wasn't the tallest or the best shooter, undoubtedly allowed him to solidify his spot on the NBA team. And recently, Jose tweeted, "One day, I'm going to win Defensive Player of the Year. Mark my words." And with that being said, it's safe to say that from now on, very few will be counting him out.